Albert Einstein said, "Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it." Be the thinker. A great quote can expose a lifetime of experience and wisdom in a few short words. These lessons are forged over time through the overcoming of trials and tribulations, and then passed on to us like a baton in a relay race. This newfound knowledge commands us to compound your learning through the wisdom of those who went before you, expound upon their wisdom, and make your life and the world a better place. This video contains quotes we felt contain a vast amount of wisdom. Wise quotes from absolutely brilliant people who went before us, such as Albert Einstein, Mark Twain, Confucius, Buddha, Aristotle, Socrates, and Stephen Hawking. Strive to thrive. Learn from the best and live better than the rest. Sit back, relax, and let's dive in. True wisdom comes to each of us when we realize how little we understand about life, ourselves, and the world around us. Socrates. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. Abraham Lincoln. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. Stephen Hawking. One who makes himself a worm cannot complain afterwards if people step on him. Immanuel Kant. Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing had happened. Winston Churchill. Data isn't information. Information isn't knowledge. Knowledge isn't wisdom. Ian Lowe. If I don't have wisdom, I can teach you only ignorance. Leo Buscaglia. One way to define wisdom is the ability to see into the future, the consequences of your choices in the present. That ability can give you a completely different perspective on what the future might look like. Andy Andrews. If you're trying to achieve, there will be roadblocks. I've had them. Everybody has had them. But obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. Michael Jordan. We ourselves feel that what we are doing is just a drop in the ocean. But the ocean would be less because of that missing drop. Mother Teresa. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Helen Keller. The thing about smart people is that they seem like crazy people to dumb people. Stephen Hawking. Obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. Henry Ford. Wisdom doesn't automatically come with old age. Nothing does, except wrinkles. It's true some wines improve with age, but only if the grapes were good in the first place. Abigail Van Buren. When you concern yourself with others, you naturally develop a sense of self-confidence. To help others takes courage and inner strength. The Dalai Lama. If you chase two rabbits, you catch none. Confucius. The greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark. Michelangelo. I think that only daring speculation can lead us further, and not accumulation of facts. Albert Einstein. The invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest. Mark Twain. The root of suffering is attachment. Buddha. Tact is the art of making a point without making an enemy. Sir Isaac Newton. Judge a man by his questions rather than his answers. Voltaire. A gentle answer turns away wrath. but a harsh word stirs up anger. Solomon.
You are watching Wise Words of Wisdom, Inspirational Quotes, IQ, the Inspirational Quotes channel everyone goes to for their daily motivation and to learn from the most successful men and women in history. If you like today's video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you never miss a new episode. Today's sponsor is Bob Proctor and the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Discover the secret to having good luck from America's greatest prosperity teacher, Bob Proctor. 6 Minutes to Success is based on Bob's more than 50 years of research into what makes or keeps people from being successful. Get instant access to the free video right now. The link is in the description. Now let's get back to more great quote.
Anybody can become angry, that is easy. But to be angry with the right person, and to the right degree, and at the right time, and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power, and is not easy. Aristotle. A loving heart is the truest wisdom. Charles Dickens. When you want wisdom and insight as badly as you want to breathe, it is then you shall have it. Socrates. A good head and a good heart are always a formidable combination. Nelson Mandela. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Confucius. It is better to be wise by the misfortunes of others than by your own. Wisest. Don't stumble over something behind you. Seneca. If money is your hope for independence, you will never have it. The only real security that a man will have in this world is a reserve of knowledge, experience, and ability. Henry Ford. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Plato. Try not to become a man of success, but a man of value. Look around at how people want to get more out of life than they put in. A man of value will give more than he receives. Be creative, but make sure that what you create is not a curse for mankind. Albert Einstein. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Steve Jobs. By 3 methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Confucius. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. Buddha. Honesty is the first chapter in the Book of Wisdom. Thomas Jefferson. The next best thing to being wise oneself is to live in a circle of those who are. C.S. Lewis. Speak only if it improves upon the silence. Mahatma Gandhi. It is difficult to free fools from the chains they revere. Voltaire. Life is 10% what happens to me, and 90% of how I react to it. John C. Maxwell. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. Oscar Wilde. A wise man will desire no more than what he may get justly, use soberly, distribute cheerfully, and leave contently. Benjamin Franklin. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Seneca. Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. Miles Kington. To avoid criticism, do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. Elbert Hubbard. Don't give to anyone the power to put you down. Haters are losers pretending to be winners. Paulo Coelho. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Confucius. The supernatural is the natural not yet understood. Albert Hubbard. In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. Albert Einstein. The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. Socrates. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Niccolo Machiavelli. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habit. Lousy. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. William Shakespeare. Experience is not what happens to you. It's what you do with what happens to you. Aldous Huxley. Patience is the companion of wisdom. St. Augustine. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. Mark Twain. To enjoy the rainbow, first, enjoy the rain. Paulo Coelho. A man must be big enough to admit his mistakes, smart enough to profit from them, and strong enough to correct them. John C. Maxwell. The trouble is, you think you have time. Buddha.